Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. Today is my June 1st Project Pan update. So this is everything that happened in the month of May. I am feeling pretty good about the progress, considering that I've been splitting my time a bit between visiting my family in Florida and not traveling with all the Project Pan products, and also what I'm able to do while I'm at home, and still I feel like I made some good traction. Let's go through the items I completed. I finished up my Neogen Cica pads. These were great. These were just pads filled with a Cica Pear toner. And Cica is that type of substance that is very soothing and yet does help gently exfoliate. And so I really do like this product. I think it's a little tough to come by. You do have to find it online, but it is a good product. I'm trying to steer away from like things that are swipey kind of body pads. And so I don't know that I would repurchase it again, but yeah, I used that all up. I also used up the Sweet Spot Labs Buff and Brighten body exfoliating pads. These two, same thing except for the body. This I primarily use like on my elbows, and I have like some darkness on this wrist. Look, this was a good product. Probably could have been a great product, but I wasn't as disciplined. You know, I think this comes with 50 pads and you really should be using it daily to see an effect. And it's taken me months to finish. So I was clearly not using it as directed. So I can't blame the product for not seeing the progress it deserves, kind of thing. I used up my rice serum from I'm From. This is a Korean brand. This product, I mean, if I could scrape, I would. It's beautiful. It is very much, and I've said this before, a kind of water-based gel hydrator. Very, very comparable to the Bee Hydra by Drunk Elephant, which I love. Love. And I thought when I felt this and saw this was sort of a dupe, I thought maybe it was a better value. I don't think it actually is a better value, but it is a beautiful product and I would highly recommend it. Also finished up this travel size of the Biossance. I was weighing this, so this was like a completed with weight because it was actually taking me a lot longer to finish. This was like, I don't know, this was like a travel sample that like never ended. I really like this sunscreen. It is beautiful under makeup. It kind of has, it feels very much like the Kiehl mineral sunscreen. If you've ever used any of Kiehl's like face sunscreens, they almost have this like powdery smoothing effect. This has that same effect. And I didn't have any kind of weird reactions to it. I felt like it worked. It was really nice. The rest are samples that I finished. I don't think I finished anything else. So I'll quickly just go through the samples. My goal in general every month is to go through at least 10 samples. I have so many samples, and now that I'm traveling, it makes sense that I use them. So the first is the Reset from Amika. This is an exfoliating jelly shampoo. I love this shampoo. I knew I loved this shampoo. I have the full size. It's already a staple. Same thing with this, the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. This was a little mini. I didn't know how long it had been around, so I wanted to just finish it up because I already have a full size of it. It's one of my favorite products, easy for me to just finish up a sample because I love it that much. Same thing with Sunday Riley Good Genes. I have tons of these. I keep going through them. One of my favorite lactic acid treatments. It just feels like it works. It still works after all these years. And you can get it at a pretty affordable price. And for what you're getting, I just think it's a stellar product. Another little sample was the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, this little packet here. I want to love Fresh Soy Cleanser. I love the way it smells. It smells like cucumber, but I actually find it to be more stripping than it used to be. And I don't know if that's my skin evolving, but I don't think it's a cleanser for me. I do love the scent though, and I wish it were just a tad bit hydrating, but just when I rinse it off, I just find my skin is a little too tight, and I'm not looking for that. Next up is the Earth Therapeutics Green Tea Hydrogel Under Eye Patch. It was one of these like green tea eye patches that you put under. These are very nice. I don't think they're particularly hydrating. I think they're just nice. I think they are cooling, so maybe if puffiness is an issue, that would be a good eye patch. But what I'm looking for is something that leaves my skin very hydrated underneath, and that doesn't quite do it for me. This product I hated. This is the Rusk Pure Mix Wild Honey Repairing Mask for dry hair. This one, it was a very generous size, and I got this on my hair, and oh my goodness. Not only did it not hydrate, but it was one of those products, I don't know if you've ever encountered a hair product that refuses to rinse out. It just wouldn't rinse out. There were patches it grabbed onto my hair, my scalp, where I just felt like it just grabbed and I could not wash it off. My hair felt very, very dirty, very heavy, very piecemeal. I had to shower the next day and like wash my hair again, which I tried to only like wash my hair twice a week. So it was just very, very weird. And it has happened to me before, but usually it happens to me not so much because of the product, but because of the water. Like if I'm traveling and I'm in a different environment where maybe the water is too soft or hard, I forget which one it is, it just doesn't rinse out properly. That has happened. But this, I was at home. The water in New York is one of the best waters in the world. It's so like cleansing and cold and like all these great things, attributes. I mean, you probably hear the spiel about why our pizza tastes so good. It's true though. So this is like one of those situations. But anyway, I did not care for it. I tried the Triple Algae Eye Renewal Balm by Algenist. I still have a couple more of these. I'm giving it a shot. It's a nice eye cream. I didn't have any kind of reaction, so that is definitely a plus in my book. But I don't know that it's hydrating enough. So I'm going to pay a little more close attention to the next sample packet that I have on it, but I do like Algenist products usually. So there's hope for it yet. I finally got a sample of the Waleeda Skinfood Original Ultra Rich Cream. This like is such a guru product. Like I feel like everyone talks about this, and oh my God, I can totally see what the hype is. This is an insanely thick cream. I mean, insanely thick. Yet it doesn't congest your pores. It's sort of like the kind of cream where you put it on your face, it's really hard to move around because it's super thick. But once you have it on, and over the course of the night, your skin just wakes up so beautifully. You think it's never gonna absorb in your skin, or that it's just gonna sit on top, you're gonna have to wash it off. But it actually does. And I swore like the first time I put it on, it was gonna break me out. It did not break me out. And I do break out if something is too rich. But for some reason, this just, it worked. It's in my Amazon cart right now. So the next time I think more towards the winter months, I would seek out something like that, but I would definitely seek it out. The Clarins Bright Plus Serum. This is like this was a sample that lasted longer than I thought it was going to. It was a great little sample, and I would be curious to see if this worked. This is one of those samples where it's unfair of me to talk on it, other than I didn't have a reaction to it. It didn't have too much of a kind of artificial scent to it. It was a nice texture for layering, and it's supposed to help with dark spots. And again, a dark spot treatment, it takes a really long time, at least a month of using it consistently to see any kind of like progress. So that wasn't enough for me to say one way or another. So, but it was nice. It was nice. I liked it. I also really surprisingly, and I don't think I've liked anything of Lancome skincare before. This is the Lancome Renergie Lift Multi-Action Ultra Face Mask. This one here, this is was really good. Really good. It says it has 20 grams of the cream in it, which I think is obscene, because I did the math and that would like make no sense. Like, who would ever put 20 grams of the cream on your face for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then wipe it off or, you know, rub in? I don't know. So I don't know how much truth there is to the 20 grams, but it was a very heavy, like very durable mask. And I did enjoy the effects. I'm just shocked that they would put that much product in it, but maybe that's why I liked it so much. I would definitely pick these up when they're on sale at Ulta or at Lancome or whatever. And then last but not least, I did manage to do a fragrance sample. I got the Tiffany & Co. little tester, and I became obsessed with this fragrance. I loved it. It is this very green citrus scent. There's just something real grassy about it. So it's not overly anything. I felt it was just refreshing and like perfect for spring, summer. And my husband freaking loved it. Like every time I squirted this little sample, which I think I was able to wear like 10 times with the sample size, he just commented, "What's in the air? What's that delicious smell?" You know, like, and you know, ultimately, yes, we wear fragrance for ourselves, but we also wear fragrance for the people around us. And if there's that positive reinforcement, then that gets like double checks, you know, in the box. So that is all the things I completely finished. Well, actually, no, I did finish a couple, or I did finish some more visual progress. Let me just go in order. What am I doing? Reinventing the wheel? So actually we'll do weight first. So the first item up by weight is the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm Primer. So this is like a base cream primer. This was at 49 grams. Now it's at 45 grams. You could tell I'm struggling with this. This product does not sit well underneath the foundation I've chosen to use in this project pan, so that's why I'm struggling with it. I'm gonna keep using it and let's see how it goes, but yeah, I also don't think I like it. I mean, I hate that. I hate when I pick something and as I'm making my way through, I realize, oh, I don't think I like this too much. Speaking of which, something I definitely have formed a negative opinion on is the Clarins Lip Oil. This was at 26 grams. Now it's at 24 grams. I see myself finishing this over the course of the next month for sure. My biggest issue with this product is it doesn't layer well. It's already too thick of a product. And when kind of that lovely moisturizing feeling you get when you initially put it on, when that dissipates and you go to put on another layer, it just gets too thick. It's already very too thick at the get-go. It also doesn't apply color. I'm wearing it right now, but I'm wearing a lipstick underneath for color because it just doesn't give me any color. And even though I love the applicator, I love the feeling of applying, it just doesn't do what I need it to do. And I have too many like great lip products to focus on that, but we're gonna keep it around till we're done with it. The Glossier Cloud Paint in Dusk. I didn't make any progress on this, though I can say I used it at least 6 times. I'll try to use it more frequently. I used it today. I love it. I love the way it looks. I just forget to use it. And it does wear well, very well in the summer and in humidity. So I'm gonna keep this going. Hopefully this is sort of like a little blip and I'm gonna see the grams move, but right now it's at 12 grams. Next up, we have the Burt's Bees Calming Lavender and Honey Body Wash. This was at 252 grams. Now it's at 178 grams. So making some progress. This is a product that I have almost like a reverse feeling about, where I started off thinking, it's okay. Almost my initial reaction was it smelled like a cleaning product, but now I really like the scent. It's not quite too lavender, it's not quite too honey. It's something else, and it grows on you, and I really, really do enjoy it. I don't know that I want to be without it, in fact. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I am using this. I use this when I shower, not all the time, but sometimes. And yeah, I've made quite a bit of progress. Definitely think in the next 2 months it should be gone. This one, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So this one I did a little bit of a experiment with. This was my It Cosmetics CC cream in light and also fair. So I had a little fair, and I had almost finished completely the light. And I was so annoyed with the mixing process, as well as like how much product was left, that I transferred all of it, all the rest of the light and the fair, into this little Tatcha, I don't know, water cream tub that I had. And I made sure to weigh it before, like weigh it empty, and then weigh it with product. So I really know how much product is actually in here from the It Cosmetics CC cream. So it was 14 grams of product, and now it's 13 grams of product. So I used up 1 gram of product. Now, even after having done this little mixture, I thought I would use this product more and that it would be safer to travel with, which it has been. I've been traveling with it, but I'm still not using it as much. And in fact, I used it today. It's what I'm wearing on my face today. And my skin's like really itchy. And I don't know what that's about, but I'm gonna keep a lookout on that. I'm gonna wash my brushes. Sometimes it means your brushes are dirty, but I used a clean brush. I don't know. So, and anywho, this is slow going. This might be on the precipice of making a decision, like kicking it out, because I have better foundations that I like to use and that make my skin look nicer. So there's that. The Hourglass Powder, this is another one where it's like a mystery. I keep using it. I think I'm using enough or a lot, and it budges. It does not budge. So it's still at 30 grams. Hopefully there's just gonna be a month that I check in and it's like, I've used up all the powder. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it really is a mystery that I'm not using that faster. The Purity Made Simple Pore Extractor by Philosophy, this one here. This one, I don't know if you can tell in the container, it's actually to about here. I had 51 grams of product. I've used, and now it's 36 grams of product. So I've used up 15 grams. That's pretty good progress. I've been using this very differently because this is quite strong. It's salicylic based with little scrubbies. So I use this in the shower and I concentrate just on my nose and any kind of like congested areas like my chin, and that's it. And I use it as a scrub. I let it sit a little bit, but I really just use it as a purifying scrub, and it works just as well as if you were to leave it and let it get caked on. I don't like that feeling of like leaving a mask to dry completely. I don't like that tightening effect. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, and I'm gonna keep using it. I feel that within the next 2 months, I should be done with it. Next up is my Dear Klairs Supple Preparation All Over Lotion. This one here. Now, you can't tell in this light, but this maybe has half an application left or 1 dose, I don't know. But I have flown through this. I was at 169 grams and now I'm at 61 grams. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I love this lotion though. If you want a good unscented lotion that's mid-weight, nothing too rich or too light, just right smack dab in the middle, gives your skin a nice hydrating glow without being greasy. This is a great product. It is, I think, expensive though for what it is. You get 250 milliliters, which is 8.5 ounces, almost 8.5 ounces, for like $25. And I think maybe there's better values out there for sure. So I recently purchased a lotion. Now that I'm in this habit of putting on lotion, I recently purchased a lotion from EOS, and I'm gonna give that one a shot. Though I'm introducing one this month into my project pan that I'm hoping to get through. So Yeah, this will definitely be an empty for next month, but I just couldn't get the last bit out just yet. Next up is my Apto Skincare Blue Spirulina Mask. This I have gone on like a bit of a roller coaster ride. So this was at 56 grams, now it's at 52 grams. I think I used it once, mainly because I had other masks that I used and products for hydration. It's a weird particular product where you need to follow the rules really closely. You cannot let this mask dry even slightly. If you do, it becomes like goo. It just adheres to your skin and you have to kind of like scrape it off. It won't rinse off nicely, even with very warm water. Even if you use like a microfiber cloth in warm water and you have that like friction, it still won't come off. You'll feel like this residue, and it's not a pleasant residue. And so it says, do not let this dry. So the last time I used it, I still think I waited 2 minutes longer than I should have. So I think a shorter time is better. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to a place where I like it again, but for right now, it's a little bit on the cusp. I'm going to continue to use it, but I do not love it. I don't love it. Next up is my Caudalie cream. It is the Vinosource Crème SOS Hydration Intense. It's this one here. I am making my way through. It has a lovely, bright, clean scent. I was at 151 grams. Now I'm at 144 grams. This cream is super rich, super thick, and not exactly appropriate for my skin in the spring, summer months. So I made a boo-boo. I probably should not have put this in my project pan for this time of the year. That being said, I am still making my way through it. We've had some pretty cool nights here in New York. It hasn't quite become like 100% humidity summer. So I'm gonna keep using this, even if I use like half of the amount. I might mix it with a serum or something to thin it out a little, but it is a very rich cream. It is a very beautiful cream though, and I'm happy to have it in my life. So those were products by weight. The last are just products that are visual. I don't have very many. I have the Glow Recipe Ultra Fine Mist. I finished this up. Very, very exciting. I loved this product. I enjoyed using it. I'm sad to see it go, but I have so many other beautiful, beautiful face sprays, facial misters, whatever, setting sprays, whatever you want to call them. It's actually one of my favorite steps, and there are many that I enjoy. So it's really hard for me to say this is my absolute favorite. I could say like there's a group that's my favorite, and this is definitely part of that group. But so I'm still sad to see it go because it's watermelon, and normally I don't like watermelon, but there was just something about it I really enjoyed. The next up is my Time Revolution, the first essence treatment in intensive moist by Misha. This is the very, very popular hydrating toner. I love this for the summer, spring months. Sometimes this is the only hydrator I apply before doing my sunscreen and then my primer and whatever I'm going to apply, my BB cream. It just does a great job layering. I usually put 2 to 3 layers of it, and it's just refreshing and wonderful. It's a very heavy duty frosted glass bottle. You'll see I've made quite a lot of progress, and here's where we're at right now. I think definitely I could be done next month, possibly, or into the following month. Toner generally is a great step for me and one that I really enjoy, similar to the face mist. And so I have at the ready many toners that are like waiting, screaming, me, I want to be used. So I've been ignoring a lot of them, and I need to kind of get back to it. The last visual progress is this little nail tech nail strengthener. So I do a manicure basically weekly, and I made a bit of progress. So this is where we were last month, and now this is where we're at this month, basically at that black line. I think for sure, because of where I started at the beginning of the year, I think I will be done with this. which will be crazy because this would be the first time that I finish a nail anything, which is wild. It's getting a little like tiny gummy, but it's fine. I do try to keep my nails on the shorter side and keep them like well manicured though. And this does seem to help, especially that I've been in the water recently, swimming and things, and water tends to break down the nail, softens nails really easily. The last item that I want to talk about is a tragedy that happened. I can't believe it happened, but it happened. So this is my butter bronzer, or shall I say this was my butter bronzer. I'll insert a picture here of where we were at last month. So sad. This fell. It shattered everywhere. There was no saving it. It was not a clean place where it fell and opened and everything was like powder. I could not save it. So very, very sad to see it go. I did test with some of the residue powder like that I had, what would be like the closest bronzer to it in my collection. And I think I came to the fact that the new L'Oreal Lumi light bronzer is actually very, very close in color. So that I've put in the back of my mind if I want something that's like the butter bronzer. I almost repurchased a brand new one, but I'm going to try to make it through another couple of bronzers before I let myself purchase another one. I love this bronzer though. I want it back in my life. What's interesting about this accident that happened is it allowed for me to know how much the actual container weighs. And surprisingly, this weighs 50 grams on its own. It's quite a hefty container. And based on the weight that my bronzer was last month, and of course I probably whittled some down because I did use it for the majority of the month. This just happened this week. I was at 56 grams. So if you subtract the 50 grams of the item to the 56 of the product, it means I had 6 grams left of this product, which is mind-boggling because if you look at the pan size again, I'll show a picture, it didn't look like there was 6 grams of product left because originally there's 11 grams of product in a butter bronzer. So it means I had only used 5 grams of product, less than half of the original container. I don't know. To me, this looks like a lot more than half of the container. So knowing that, I'm approaching my powders a bit differently because I was pretty aggressive with this bronzer, and if I really wasn't even at the halfway mark with it, I have no concept of anything yet. So to be determined. The last thing I want to touch on are the products I'm introducing into the project. I decided to be a little ambitious because I haven't really introduced anything significant over the course of the last couple of months, I feel. I just wanted to see how it went, and I started off really strong. So the body lotion that I'm introducing is also an 250 milliliter bottle of Glossier Body Hero. So this is the same size as this. This took me less than 2 months to finish. I'm expecting the same thing of this. I selected the Dr. Jart Cicapair Tiger Grass Calming Cream Gel. This one here. This one I decided to roll in because it's getting on the older side and I need to just use it. I love this cream. It's like a lotion, a water-based gel lotion. This is a great mixer with oils. That's what I use the rice serum from I'm From for. That's what I use the Bee Hydra from Drunk Elephant for. It's as a mixer in lieu of a heavy moisturizer. And I really love this as a base. It's a very gentle base and it's really beautiful product. From This Works Deep Sleep Body Cocoon. This is a moisturizer also. It doesn't have a lot. It has only 100 ml of product. I use this though, it has a lot of aromatherapy qualities, and I kind of use this as I put it on my hands, my wrists, my forearms right before I go to sleep, and it just emits this delicious scent that relaxes me. As much as I like this combination, it's very herby and, I don't know, natural kind of smelling. I much prefer the Lush Sleepy for this purpose. And I just got a big container of Lush Sleepy. So I want to get to it first, but I'm going to put this as my blockade to get to the product I really want to use. This is a nice product, but it's just not my favorite. And so I'm going to use it though, because it does have a nice quality to it that does still relax me. And for my face spray that I'm introducing the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This one here. This is just a special edition packaging, but this is a full size. I'm up to here with it. You shake it up because the oil separates, and it has a really beautiful mist to it. If you've never used this product, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous mist. And it's beautiful. It has a beautiful, almost bright mint scent, like a peppermint scent, but it doesn't irritate the skin. I don't know how they do it. It's really wonderful, and it just seals everything in. It seals your makeup in to make it really nice and glowy without it being heavy. It seals your skincare in. So if you're using this, I use it at night after I apply my skincare. And there's also just this wonderful aromatherapy aspect of it that's like very brightening. So I'm happy to include that in my mix. And last but not least, and I don't even know how I'm going to, do I weigh this? I don't know. I'm going to weigh it. I'm going to do different things. But I decided to really challenge myself because I have a lot of products, makeup products, and I'm steering clear of makeup products for Project Pan for whatever reason. But I think it's time to introduce this one. This is the Hourglass Ambient Light Palette. This is from the Lightning Edit Volume 4. This was from a few Christmases ago. I love this palette. Let me just say that. But I have a lot of other newer powders. I need to use it. I need to use it. So this, hopefully the remainder of this year encourages me to use this and appreciate it, because if it's sitting in a drawer and I forget about it, doesn't matter how much I loved it once upon a time, do I still love it? Does it still perform? Those are the important questions that I want answered. So this is what she looks like. She's beautiful. She has this beautiful corally shade. I have it on my cheeks today. I have the powders on my face, both the kind of soft focus powders as well as the highlight on. It's a very soft highlight, and this bronzer. And so I don't know if you could tell, the bronzer has like some little crevices in it already, and the powders, once upon a time they were all very domed, and now the bronzer is very flat. This cheek color is very flat. The only one that's still quite domed is this peach blush. But I'm just going to try to use this bronzer like a mad woman and use these powder products as much as possible and see how it goes. But I feel like now that I had my little tragedy of butter bronzer, this at least is a very sturdy packaging, and I feel like it would survive plane rides and things. I think part of the reason this cracked was because I started to travel with it, and although I'm not checking bags in or anything, it's just being jostled around. It had reached too fragile a state. So that is my Project Pan so far. Should we go through numbers just so you have them in mind? So for this month, I completed 16 items. That includes the 11 samples. And in fact, just so you know, on a monthly basis, I have a goal of 10 samples a month to use. So whatever's in my project plan plus 10 random samples from all my samples. So again, I completed 16. I decluttered one, which I'm considering this as decluttered. I'm adding in 15 items. So that is 10 samples of my random choosing plus the 5 products I just discussed. And the grams, the amount of grams I used last month is 262 grams. And just so you have a comparison, I'm putting numbers down below with the amounts that I used up the previous month. So you see kind of the progress, but spoiler alert, I did use a lot of grams. Last month I used 218 grams. So this is quite a significant uptick. And now my current inventory with the 10 samples, I'm at 27 items, going down from 29 items. So I think that's all pretty good. I'm happy with the progress. I'm happy that I'm getting through things and that, I don't know, I'm learning steps along the way, steps of self-care that I actually want to incorporate and keep. And also that I am not being wasteful. I'm getting through the things I love. And because to me, there's nothing more heartbreaking than like opening something up and realizing it's turned and, oh, I should have used it. It's been sitting here for years. I don't want that. And so, yeah, I like that I'm doing this. I think this is a great tool to refamiliarize myself. So hope everyone is doing well. Hope that if you're tackling a project pan that it's going well. We're almost at the midpoint of the year. And I'm still have a lot of momentum, surprisingly. So hope you feel the same way, and we will talk soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.